Locked in episode 5. Last episode, I actually collected 10K in a week for the very first time. It was a really, really, really big moment that did not feel special at all. A lot of you guys reached out to me saying, what are you going to do after this? And that's what this video is about. It's going over what happened in the past 2 weeks since that happened, and how I dealt with those new clients, how I had a closer that was closing at 50%, how I'm getting new closers, how I'm scaling, how I'm dealing with operations, bad clients, all that stuff. That's in this video, and it's kind of how I've been dealing with it. So just kind of going right into how the video is actually going to be structured. I'm going to go over kind of what happened in that previous 2 weeks, what I had set for myself and actually got done, kind of my progress on tasks for this time, as well as my goals for the next 2 weeks moving forward, just as I did in that past video. So for this one right now, just follow me on Instagram, get me to 1,000. I've never had 1,000 followers before, and let's just jump right into it. So the previous 2 weeks, locked in episode 4, I hit 10K in a week for the first time. And a lot of people were asking, so does that mean you're at 40 grand a month now? Because like 10K times 4 is 40. But no, essentially what had happened was in the few weeks leading up to that, I hadn't really been closing, but I hadn't been making that like silent progress that I was just building up to deals that were going to be closing. And I was doing a lot of setting and I was doing a lot of just like moving the needle forward. They just hadn't gone over that line yet. And what ended up happening was in that week, we got 10K, which was awesome. It also meant that, like, yes, confidence in closing increased, a lot of great things, but it made me realize a lot of inefficiencies. For example, when I'm taking all those calls, my onboarding was awful. So I was spending way too much time onboarding when I could be closing. So that needed to improve. I was not calling the leads as soon as I needed to because I was on demos or I was on onboardings. I was on things that weren't getting me money actively instead of things that were getting me money. So that needed to change. There were no more intros. So essentially, going into this week, I didn't have those deals lined up like I did last time. And that really needed to change. And I also realized that even though, yeah, I made 10 grand in a week, I don't enjoy sales like my friends do. Like when they close, they're blasting Uzi, they're hyped. But I just don't like it. I don't like talking to these people. I don't care about what they have to say. Which my feelings don't really matter that much, obviously. But I just think I'm never going to be as good as them, even though I am good, because I don't have a genuine passion for sales like they do. So I guess for this time, the progress I've actually been able to make, we were able to bring on a sales manager. So essentially what that does, it allows me to just take intros, as you can see right here, all day, every day, and just give him quality calls. So what he actually does, which is awesome that no one else that I know does, is he takes care of finding me good closers, training them, and then replacing old closers. So what had happened was I had someone who was with us. She owns another roofing agency, very, very good at sales, but we just were not aligned. We were not on the same page. She did not have enough time to be on our offer for us to book calls and know she'd be able to take them. So we had to go from someone who's closing at 50% to finding someone else who never closed in the niche before, having them teaching them the offer, and getting them to the point where they can close very, very consistently. And also close with my agency, which is not that big. We're like 10, 15, 20K a month. A lot of closers don't jump with agencies that are below 30K. So he was able to find me closers, and their main goal is to find an agency like mine and bring it to 100K just for a case study, which is awesome. So he's a killer. After that, we actually were able to productize service delivery, meaning that every time we sign a new client, onboarding is really quick. The service is the same for everyone, no custom guarantees, nothing like that. They're all getting the same product and they're all very, very, very happy with it, which is awesome. A lot less effort for us. We brought in an ISA to call our client leads. So with that influx of people means that it's that amount of people times their ad spend that we actually have to be managing, calling, qualifying, and booking on their calendars, which wasn't really a problem before because we didn't have too many clients. But now that we have a lot more, it's definitely something that we do need to deal with, and we're training ISA, and she's a killer. She's great. We put a lot more work into revolving everything around the sales process. So show up rates for intros needed to be fixed. We put more work into fixing those. Getting more intros. I needed to double ad spend. We're never going without appointments again. We're doing $100 a day. And then after those, I need them to show up to the demos. When they're on the demos, this is what's happening. After you close, this is what happens after that. And there was a lot of thought and effort that went into training new people, as well as just improving our own internal sales process. For example, I got sales training to help me with intros. So that, 10, 15-minute call at the beginning, I'm paying someone $1,000 a month to just help me with that, which is going to be very, very beneficial because that means the calls that the closers need, they need everything they need to dig deep, get emotion, and ideally get money out of those prospects that, helps everyone out. So essentially, from the last video, went from myself and my business partner to myself, my business partner, sales manager, two closers, and an ISA. So we went from two people to six people in a week, which is crazy. And I need to manage all of them, which is quite crazy. Um, Lifestyle, I guess there's a lot of changes from that as well. In the past 2 weeks, I was not going outside. I was busy all the time. I felt burnt out. So I put a lot more effort into, I put a little bit of effort. I did not go to the gym as much as I needed to, probably like 5 times. It was really bad. This is kind of the view by my gym right here and outside and a lot of other things like that. We I started going out with my not more, just like on Friday, I made it a priority to have enough time to go play basketball with my boy Jack, and essentially whoever loses has to pay for dinner. Beforehand, we'd always go to cheap places like Taco Spot or like this local place where they had cheap burgers, things like that. But we realized if we just upgraded the cost of where we're going, like more abundance mindset, we're both gonna make a lot more money because like we just have money to burn. Like it's easy. It just kind of flows. And I did stay inside more, less than last month, but more than I should. So we're going to be going outside more next week. My phone, I don't really know where my phone is, which is great. It's in grayscale now, so there's no colors. It reduces a lot of the dopamine, and that reduces my screen time, which gives me more time to work, right? Um, I learned how to, get better habits as well. This was huge for me. There was something that I was trying to stop for a really, really, really long time, and I was finally able to really fully do that. And it was essentially by replacing the habit with something else. And moving forward, something I'm working on is I sleep in too much. So I wake up at 7, 7:30 instead of 6 like I need to. And it's by replacing that old habit with something new, right? So that's kind of going into the lessons right here. Everything depends on me. And I didn't really realize that because now that I have a team, I can't just not work. Because if I don't work, I'm the only one that loses. But now if I don't work, everyone loses. My ISA doesn't have people to call. My sales manager doesn't have salespeople to train because they didn't have calls that they needed to take because I didn't get them calls. So that was really bad. This right here is an example of what happened. I had school, I had no intros, there was nothing I could do. And then everyone suffered because of that because I was not prepared. That can't happen again. Furthermore, those calls that I'm taking, they need to be good. And I'm putting $1,000 a month to help me with those calls, and I'll do more and more and more of that moving forward. I need to cut out all non-work during the day so I can have time at night, just like a block of time where I can go to the gym, not think about work, just like kind of chill, or I guess think about work, but not actually act on work, and just kind of relax, watch Suits, whatever I want to do, right? And that needs to happen because right now I'm working until I should go to bed, working after I needed to go to bed, going to bed late and waking up late, and then working immediately. There's no structure. Um, Replace an old habit with something new. So basically, I'm going to be waking up at 6, doing homework as soon as I get up. After that, go on a run, just so I have that routine in the morning, so I feel good going into the day. Proud of myself. I did the day on the right foot. I got my homework done. I'm not waiting until Sunday to get my homework done, and it's just going to help a lot with getting the day started on the right foot. Some losses I took in the past 2 weeks. This is my dog, not a loss. I just needed a photo for the slide. I did not keep myself as accountable as I needed to be. like I said, there's people that rely on me now. That can't ever happen again. And that's been a very, very big wake up call for me. I need to be waking up at 6. I need to be going to bed at 10. And I need to have like deep work, no more sporadic here and there type of thing. When I'm working, it needs to be only working. I bought this, this TikTok timer thing to like help me out with that. And it'll really allow me to kind of like chunk everything together and get work done at a really high level. Um, Another big thing that I was messing up on. I took no shows as an opportunity for a break. I was almost looking forward to them on intro calls because when they didn't show up, that meant that I had other time to do other things, which was wrong. I don't. I should have been dialing old leads in the pipeline, converting those, checking in back with old clients, things of that nature. And that just was not happening because I was lazy and I didn't really realize that I should be doing that. So I'm doing that moving forward. Yeah, keep the pipeline clean essentially. My goals for the next 2 weeks. This is a big one. I think the next 2 weeks, this next video is going to be the craziest video I've ever posted because there's so much right that's been happening. And as long as closers close, as long as they do their thing, I'm doing all the other inputs I need to make this a crazy next 2 weeks. Essentially, what's going to happen. I'm waking up at 6 a.m. No matter what. I'm going to bed at 10. I'm ready for bed. I'm in bed at 10. I'm going to sleep. When I wake up, I'm doing homework for a little bit first, knocking that out so I don't have to worry about it for the rest of the day. And I am going on a run. Just helps me clear my head, get ready, and then during that time I can listen to whatever podcast I like to listen to so it's not distracting me during the day or at lunch or whatever. At night, I need to be going to the gym, eating, and just relaxing a little bit because I realize it's hard. I can go really hard for a few weeks, like when I close 10K in a week, but that's not sustainable. I need sustainable, really, really hard work, quality work during the day so that I can take that hour and a half off to, or I guess 2 hours, including the gym, to just kind of wind down at the end of the day, just read, maybe watch TV or something before bed. So ideally, homework, run, intros, calling leads, event checking calls, everything like that during the day that needs to be done, and then team meetings in the evening, and then that's what my day is going to look like every day for the next 2 weeks, and then moving forward for the next few months. Anything that comes up, I need to do it as soon as possible. I was procrastinating a lot. It killed me when getting things done for my team members that just should have been done very early. I'm launching a new content series in the next 2 weeks as well to help you guys. I realized I'm at a spot now where things are about to pick up for me, and I want to show you guys essentially how I was able to get to that first 2K a month, 5K a month range. That helped me a lot because once you get there, you have the money to figure everything else out, but there's no one really out helping you guys get to that first bit of revenue. Making I'm gonna make a clear vision for myself to work towards. It's gonna really help me get out of bed in the morning, be excited for the day like I am right now, but just a lot more excited. There's a lot of people that have a very clear aesthetic. They really know who they are, and I want to kind of do some internal analysis at the end of the day, kind of put myself on the right track to be aiming for something. Um, and really just push the inputs as hard as possible. Like no matter what, don't even pay attention to, whatever happens in the next 2 weeks. Just grinding, putting more into ad spend, doing better at setting, maybe training new people for setting if I get too many calls, closing as much as possible, hiring more people for support, and then reading, going to the gym, eating right. Everything that I'm doing needs to be winning, and Stripe screenshots are not winning. That's just a byproduct of doing things for a little bit, and sometimes it's just luck. So just don't. We're not going to count that going forward. Other than that, I know this was a bit of a longer video, but if you guys do want to talk to me, talk to someone who's above 10K, ask me questions, just join my Discord. I'm not doing a school or anything. Just join my Discord. It's free. It's been there since I started this server. Just DM me on my Instagram at Wi-Fi Levi to get access, and I'll shoot you the link. If I've been late to a reply, I apologize. I deleted Instagram for a while. I was trying to get off my phone, and it's helped me a lot. So I'm going to be, after this video, shooting you guys a lot of links, and just shoot me a follow, ask for that link, and I'll give it to you over there. See ya.